Boom. What's up, y'all? I'm playing in my rad fort. I was about ready to go to bed, and so much is going on, and I just wanted to rap with you all. I don't have that much privacy. I can hear somebody walking around my fort right now at the homeless shelter. There's a lot of ninjas that smoke weed behind the building over here, or someone's taking out the trash, but this is really the only way that I get privacy, and I'm in my fort, quote unquote, van, and I got a lot done. I want to show you a lot of things, but so much has been going on, y'all. I'm just gonna go out and say it. I used to be the biggest whore. I'm not even kidding, y'all. I used to be the biggest slut. I used to have so much drama going on in my life. I had a beautiful friend just randomly message me on Facebook. And I'll just say her name. Her name is Kristen. And I met her in Arizona off POF. And, we saw each other for about a month, off and on. And at this time, I was a fall down drunk, which I, was most of my life. And I remember I took her to my father's house. And, we got drunk. And my dad really, really liked her. And during like our 3 weeks to 6 weeks as we hung out, pretty much, she would just follow me around to bars and to clubs and go dancing and just watch me act a fool of myself and just be a drunken stupor. But she was always very, very kind and very, very sweet. Her name is Kristen. And, she's somebody, if I was sober at that time, but even then there was so much work that needed to be done, right here by forgiving myself from all the trauma. I had this facade, and I thought I thought I had everything because of all the money I was making at the web design. But she reached out to me and she was very kind. And I think she was remarried. I'm not sure if she's married now, but she travels around the world and she has a really poppin' Instagram account. But she just reached out to me and she said, "Hi Tom, I was thinking about you." So I guess she Facebooked my name, and this is my second account, so it's pretty rad that she found me because I had that other account. And I saw that you're doing van life, and I hope that you're doing well. And I don't think she knows that I'm homeless. And so I just replied to the message, a voice message, and I said, "Hey Kristen, yeah, I've been homeless since November." I told her that I'm going to the VA and I'm getting my PTSD therapy and my EMDR therapy and all these things. And I just told her that I thanked her. And you only have 60 seconds through your Facebook Messenger. And I was like, "Thank you so much for your kindness. I appreciate how sweet you were to me." Because again, I was very toxic at this time, and for her to reach out to me was very, very sweet. So because I've been on Google Voice as beta as a web designer, so I've had Google Voice for like 15 years. So I have all these contacts in my phone, y'all, and I'm telling you right now, I am like one of the biggest addicts known to the universe. And I've talked about this so many times, and this solidified it. So when I went into my contacts in my phone, I found her, and it's wild because I'm in my contacts. Oh, I don't have it's not letting me do it. Anyway, it's so bad because I have this other phone on Google Voice, but on this phone right here, I had her, Kristen, the one that reached out to me, an abbreviation. I had POF dash, and then I would have the name of the woman if I knew her full name, or a description of what I thought she was or what she looked like a chauvinistic name or whatnot. And I'm just scrolling. I see her, it's POF Kristen, and they're all in alphabetical order. And I'm just scrolling, y'all, and scrolling. And there's hundreds of women that I put POF, because that was one of the dating apps that I used, I don't know, like the last 10 years. And it was horrible. It made me so angry. It made me so angry of the man that I used to be. I would have like POF dash 22-year-old Mexican, nice ass, blonde, fucked up teeth, big tits. I'm like, who is this guy that's on this phone that I actually literally typed that, you know, because then I'd go to the casinos, I'd go on, then I'd go on Tinder and I'd be on Craigslist. But I mean, I had hundreds of women's names, hundreds of them. You know, so I was talking to hundreds of different women, and sometimes at the casino, I would see like 6 or 7 of them in one night. And then I'm like triggering myself, reading the human being that I used to be, just a chauvinistic fucking sicko. Then I'm like, because I don't, you know, because I'm an addict through and through, y'all. Almost 4 years celibate, almost 4 years sober. But I'm such an addict that I can't look at my contacts. And I wasn't trying to look at my contacts, but just Kristen reached out to me in a loving and caring way. So then I'm like, whoa. And I started getting really angry at myself. And I saw all these just filthy, inappropriate messages and conversations that I was having. I'm like, and I was very cocky, and I was just really aggressive and very sexual, and just all the, and I finally had to stop. And then I ran into my second, a text message thread from my second ex-wife. And OMG, y'all, the amount of just toxicity, and I'm talking about on both ends, the level of drama, the level of fighting, and just being nasty, and just thread of this text message of going through a divorce, and you're sleeping with this dude, I'm sleeping with this girl, don't go to my house, there's beer cans all over the place, stop stealing from get out of my bank accounts. You like just nasty, vile toxicity. And then so that hit me, that triggered. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like I'm looking at him like, I wouldn't even engage in 1% of any of that filth that I just saw myself. And this was October 2015, all the way up to 2016, until I ninja flipped to North Dakota. When I ninja flipped to North Dakota, that's when my optimal reset started. That's when I learned to harvest self-love. That's when I forgave myself. That's when I became sober. That's why I fell in love with myself, so I didn't feel empty, and I just harvested that self-love so I didn't have to sleep with these women, so I could grab my sobriety, I can grab my celibacy, and really just work on myself. And so I didn't need that crutch. I didn't need that dirty martini. I didn't need that Red Bull and vodka. I didn't need all of those women. And when I look at those text messages, it's very, very sad. It's very, very disgusting. And, you know, I'm thinking about, and I didn't mean to go into all of this. This is just how I flow, because I have a itty bitty privacy, you know what I'm saying? So I am so sorry. I am so sorry to anyone, male, female, any human being, any animal, anything that has a conscience. I am so sorry for any hurt or trauma or pain that I have ever caused anyone, because I was such a savage. And it was so, you know, even with my first wife, you know, I mean, and then all of the girlfriends, you know, I mean, I slept with like over 100 women before I was even a senior in high school, and then all the way through the Navy, and then all of those relationships, and then, you know, it's like a boomerang. Once you get a divorce, I turn into like another little slut puppy, and then, you know, when I got married for the second time, then after I turned into another slut. I mean, I've slept with like thousands of women, and it's like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, what, the energy, the zapping of my creativity, the hurt, the toxicity that I poured out of my veins and my pores and my mouth onto other women, into other, it's just pure disgust. And it triggers me, because it's like, when I was in that zone of just pure selfishness, and you could even call it evil, like, I don't even know who that dude was. And I can tell you one thing, I was fucking running. I was scared little man. I was in so much fear, and I had so much pain that I didn't accept. I couldn't accept myself, who I really was. And that's why I go by Tommy now. Because I loved myself as a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old, you know, all the way to like 12 and 13. I loved that Tommy. You know, I was a beautiful, beautiful kid. I was just neglected, you know, and abandoned and abused. And so I carried all that pain in, and I never healed myself. So I had this facade. Oh, I'm gonna become a golf pro. I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna web designer. I'm gonna get this big ass 3-story condo. I'm gonna put a trampoline, you know, in my second floor story. And I was making like porno videos. It was fucking disgusting. It was so disgusting. And the people that I hurt, the wasted time and the wasted energy that I took from people, I believe it or not, I'm thankful for my past, because now I can see the mistakes and the hurt that I caused other people. And now, you know, people might say that I have nothing, you know, monetarily nothing, but I am still on the healing path, and I'm still trying to levitate, meditate, piss, glitter, and smell like peaches. But day to day, I am who I really am now. And, you know, looking through my phone and my contacts, I just wish everybody on, like, I wish I had a text app where I could just write to like 1,400 people or 2,000 people on my contacts, just like one text, peekaboo. And then after peekaboo, I would just like to say, you know, please forgive me. And this is to all my clients, everybody that I ever dated. We're talking about just a massive amount of women, all the way through South Carolina to Alabama to Phoenix. I mean, it's to California, you know, that I could just write, you know, please forgive me, you know, I'm sorry, you know, and that is it. And even if they don't have that number, just, I wish I could do that. And I wish I could do that in every single person's face now, just because I owe so many people an apology. All the lies that I told so many lies just to feed my hunger of addiction, of sex addiction. It was, and that's why I've built these healthy boundaries, and that's why I've built just these healthy boundaries, and I have put myself in a very difficult situation. Some would say, I might say, on purpose now, to test my Jedi-ness, if that's even a word. You know, where I'm at, homeless in a homeless shelter, you know, surrounded by drugs, surrounded by alcohol, surrounded by pills, surrounded by mental illness, you know, but I am getting help from my mental illness. So I have just ripped it open after the last 4 years, ripped it open and ripped it open even more, exposing myself, you know, even online. You know, this is my second Facebook account, thousands of videos, you know, just testing myself, and I have so much work to do. But it's like, just to feel that, and I was only in my contacts for maybe 5 minutes, and I'm like, this is fucking disgusting. Like, I mean, just the hurt, and, you know, the hurt that I've even caused my family, you know, just not being present, not being to hold space, you know, maybe for my daughter, you know, or for my sister, or for my 2 half brothers, or even for my mother, or for my father, you know, because I was so wrapped up in me, you know, this big facade, this big just piece of shit, to be honest. And so I'm glad I saw that, and I'm glad that I can be like, whoa, like, wow, I don't even think like that anymore. I don't even, like, that's not even in my DNA, you know? Like, that's not even, like, here's the thing, when you rip it open and you rip all that trauma and you expose yourself and you look forward to failing, and every single day you try to be your true authentic self, it's very, very hard. And it's very, very hard not to spew out of this, judging out of here. And I'm still at fault, I screw up, but what's really hard is to not spoo and to judge in here, and then it comes down here and not to judge in here. So when I'm reading that, I'm just like, whoa, I got rid of that dude. I got rid of that dude. And that was like a good test. You know, if Kristen wouldn't have reached out to me and been, you know, rad and said, hey, what's going on, Tom? I wouldn't have, you know, did that. So I just wanted to share that with you. That shows me that I'm making progress. And it shows me that I got to play harder. I got to accept myself. I got to keep building those healthy boundaries. I got to keep, you know, just being kind to myself, number one, and being kind to others, you know, maintaining my sobriety, maintaining my celibacy, and just putting in the work, and, you know, just trying to serve others and to not expect anything in return. You know, and I say the same things over and over and over, but, you know, it's not that I'm fearful that I would drink again. I just know if I drink again or do, you know, meth or cocaine, you know, it's probably going to be my last time, because that's how, when I'm reading that stuff, especially the sex addiction, y'all, it's like, you know, I was just so aggro on sex that I'd want to sleep with 5 or 6 girls in a night, like how, like, just raw and disgusting that is. And now I just flipped the switch, and now I'm like, you know, celibate. So I flipped it. And it's very scary, because I almost feel like I was a walking zombie back then. But what's crazy, and I could be wrong on this, what's crazy is a lot of people thought that I had my shit together back then. That's fucking nuts. So I was faking everybody out, or maybe I wasn't, but I was faking myself out, and basically I was just dead inside. I was just numbing myself with the sex and the booze and the gambling, just numb. So I wanted to share that with you all. And I also want to share some other cool things. So thank you for holding space. That's what's really rad about the internet, Facebook, and my group, Ridiculously Authentic, is I can just come on here, and I wish more people in the group would do that, because it's very therapeutic, and I would like to do it more, but I just don't have privacy. So I'm just going to continue to rap. So I'm in my van right now, y'all, and look, that is beetle pine, all through the roof. Look at this. All through the roof, all through the walls. The floor is done, and I got my couch or bed or chair, my Lucid memory foam. So I have that in here. I could actually sleep in here tonight. But my van is coming along really, really cool. Look, I'll show you what's really rad about some stuff I'll show you. I know that's really loud on the squeaky thing. But look, I want to show you this. And you know what this van does, y'all? This van allows me to continue to play. I think I'm just going to name it my fort. I've had so many expensive cars. I didn't care about those cars. I care about this $2,500 van more than like any vehicle that I've ever, like, and I have like cuts all over my hands. I got like metal paper cuts. And what this van is going to allow me to do to have my basic necessities. You know, I've been approved for a lifelong Navy pension. You know, I have HUD-VASH, but what this is going to do, I have walls. I'm going to have a 7-gallon thing of water. I'm going to have my my Instapot. I'm going to have solar. I'm going to have my bike on the back. I'm going to have my blender. I'm going to have a nomadic freezer and fridge. So basically, I'm going to have my basic needs met. Basically a rolling little tiny house on wheels where I can go play, you know, with people that want to play, with people that are in the group, people that I've rapped with online, people that have helped me out, that have sent me a message when I needed it, when I was a year in sobriety, you know, or a year being celibate, or, you know, when I was, you know, dealing with this or dealing with that, and I could just come on here and rap. I want to go visit all of those people and meet them in person, not for the clout, not for fame. I don't want to make any money. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to go meet individuals and thank them in person. And maybe they're struggling with something, and maybe I can hold space for them, and maybe I can listen to them, because that's what you all have done for me. And here's a really, really crazy side note. And this is flipping the script, but I have to be honest about this. You know, once I get my house, and it's very, very hard right now, but once I get my house and I have my backyard and I have my privacy and I have this and I have a garage, I'm gonna be able to go, right, I'm gonna be able to take a breath, like a real breath. Like I might be able to take like an Epsom salt bath, you know what I'm saying? And know that nobody's gonna walk in. Nobody's gonna, I'll just have privacy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to say it, that this is a possibility. When this happens, I think I'm strong enough, to possibly find a partner, just a partner, a female partner that simply wants to play. And here's the thing. Most of my girlfriends, 98% of my girlfriends, my partners, my live-in girlfriends, my wife, all of that stuff, I met them when I was intoxicated, when I was just a drunken savage. I mean, just a savage, just an addict. I met the 95% or more of the women that I was intimate with when I was under the influence of alcohol. And now I've almost got 4 years of sobriety. And so when I'm going to be able to take a breath, and then really shore in some things, and then really open up my chest, and really find that pain that's hiding in there, and really, put together all these things that I've learned, and just raise it up and kick it up a notch. I want to find, I want to be careful. It's not that I want to find, because I want it to happen organically, but it would be rad if, a beautiful relationship ninja flips in front of me organically, and she wants to play. I was with Lana. I lived with Lana, I think like a year and a half, and she was the first one that I actually was in a relationship. She was my partner, and I met her online through the group, and I was sober, and I was celibate. And so I was with her for a year and a half, and I'm so thankful. I haven't done any videos about that relationship. I'm so thankful for her. She has some new Facebook pages. She has some new YouTube pages. I haven't spoken to her probably, I would say, like, I think it's over a month, probably a month and a half. And she just lives right down the street. And so when I get my house, I'm going to call her, and because we had a conversation, or basically through text message, and I'm going to go get Buddy, and I'm going to go get the rest of my belongings, and hopefully give her a big hug. I will always be her biggest cheerleader, and she is going to be successful in whatever it is that she does. And I'm very thankful for the lessons that she taught me, because she taught me a lot. And that was a really good learning lesson for me. And it's prepared me for my next Optimal Reset 3.2 or 0.30. And here's another thing that I'm going to say, and this is a little risky though too, is I just want to share it, is because with PTSD, and there's so many things that I haven't talked about, like for the real therapy that I'm getting that happened to me, while I was in the Navy. But they have MDMA therapy, which is basically ecstasy. And ecstasy used to be my favorite drug, especially when I was like 18. 17, 18. I used to just, be in Santa Barbara and go to LA and just rave for weeks and months. And, but I depleted myself, I just did it too much. I did do it with my second wife, and I actually really enjoyed doing it with my second wife. And it's just this is not like guaranteed, but I'm thinking, because I'm such an addict, and anything can trigger, anything can trigger me. And so I have to be extremely careful for the rest of my life. I'll forever be an alcoholic. I don't crave alcohol, which is awesome, which is really, really rad. Like I can ninja flip by my bike, by a bar or a club, hearing music, seeing all the dancing. It doesn't interest me. Casinos don't interest me. So those are two huge successes, because all of this stuff all goes together. But let's say a year from now, let's say maybe 6 months from now, when I have that peace and that privacy and my basic needs met, I would like to I want to learn how to dance, like the new way type of dance, because I used to go to raves and stuff, and I really enjoyed going to, they don't call them raves anymore, they just call them parties, like EDC, like the younger crowd. I like the younger demographic. I like how free they are. I like how creative they are. I like their music. I like their art. And so, you know, maybe here in Florida, I might go to some parties or whatnot. And, you know, I might want to do some MDMA. I might want to do some ecstasy, but in a much more healthier way. You know, maybe once every 6 months, you know, because MDMA, there's something about my constitution. You know, I used to smoke weed a lot. I don't smoke weed anymore. I have no desire to smoke weed anymore, even though I think it's a superfood. And I'm so glad, you know, that it's going to be legal and it's, you know, there for the masses. But I don't have any desire for that. I don't have any desire for any blow, any booger sugar, done all of that. So my desires, my substances, you know, I've karate chopped them in half, more than half, you know, where I don't desire them. And I can honestly say a lot of those I won't desire anymore. I've outgrown them. You know, I'm at a point in my life where I don't want to redo failures. I like to fail and people trip on me because that's the way I learn. I can learn that way. And, you know, rather than someone teaching me what they thought or their ideologies or their beliefs, I can learn and I can fail. But it's just something that I've been not even thinking about, but it's just popped in. Hey, you know, maybe I can, you know, do some MDA, but when in a much healthier spot. So just wanted to share that with you. Also, check this out. So I went to Walmart. So my SNAP, which is EBT, I got approved for EBT. I was like $197 a month. And I forgot to do my interview. So I was on EBT for like 2 months, and then the corona cray like, you know, went crazy. And then I forgot all I had to do, for some reason, I just had to call the EBT social worker and do an interview, and they would like approve me, and I would have got $197 and I'd just go get food. Well, like 2 days after, like Florida shut down, they canceled my EBT, and then all of a sudden, like 21 million people, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. 21 million people applied for unemployment, and like over like 300,000 Floridians applied for SNAP. So now I don't have SNAP. I finally got through the website. I filled it out twice, and it took me like an hour just to keep refreshing. So I refilled it out. They might not approve me. I think you only get like a one-time shot or whatnot. So, you know, I have my lifetime pension, which is awesome. And, you know, hopefully in September it triples, which is even more rad because those dues are paid, and that's basically going to be paper money and resources that I can go in my van and serve others and do, you know, help the homeless and just do all these creative things and just be of service to humanity. So those are basically, you know, that a pension is going to be like a rad tool that I don't have to do something in return. I can just give from free will. Like I can just give and just help others. So with, you know, my diet's pretty on point, you know, being homeless, and, you know, the kitchen is locked down. I used to love going to the kitchen here at the homeless shelter because they would give us Whole Foods, like stuff from Whole Foods and Nature's Food Patch and all that stuff. But that's closed down. They're just giving styrofoam, like lasagnas and, you know, breads and stuff. And I just don't like eat that stuff anymore as often. So basically what I've been doing is I've been going to Walmart or Publix and looking for like the bare bones, because now I'm in this mode where smoothie all day, every day. I make the most bomb smoothies. I have recipes. I've done thousands of videos of smoothies. And so I make 2 smoothies in one day. And sometimes I'll drink 2. But normally I only drink 1. And I'm really honing in on either some tuna or some ground turkey. And I am forcing myself to prepare these rad dishes all in the Instapot. And so I'm learning a lot about what is available organically for perishable foods, which is really, really rad, and that might be SNAP approved or WIC approved or under $1. So I went to Whole Foods and I got me some lemons, because every single day I drink one of these, boom, these giant waters. Hey, and if any of you all are here, will you please share this video in my group, Ridiculous You Authentic? So I got some lemons, and these were 58 cents a piece. So what I do is I karate chop one of these lemons. I have a lemon squeezer, and what's rad is I have this big mouth. So it has a big mouth, so it's just enough for a lemon. Boom. And then I squeeze the lemon, half of it, and then I fill it up with the water, and they do have a water filter at the homeless shelter. And then I take this out, and then I put the water in there, and then I screw this in, and then I shake it up. So that will last me a week, about 6 days. So I got that. Those were 58 cents a piece. Now, here's the thing. This is, and I don't typically do this. Now, when I'm in the van, y'all, and I have freedom and I have a house where I could go to, or maybe just think if this is just my house. I want to go to farmers markets. I want to prepare dishes only in the Instapot. Now, I had an iNinja, but it was just way too messy, and the thing was way big. And I'm gonna have solar, and I'm gonna have two batteries. I'm gonna try to get a 3,000 watt inverter so I can have an air condition, a fan. I can charge my bike, and I have this rad toolbox with this swivel hitch on the back that I'm gonna get so I can go to the beach, I can go in the mountains, I can go on trails, and you all can see me. I might be wearing like some pink chonies, and Iggy will be with me. Maybe I'll wear my rainbow, actually it's not a wig, maybe I'll have some rainbow hair or my rad mohawk. But I want to find a way where, because I'm not gonna have my homestead yet, I want to in time get a 40x8 shipping container and do a homestead. So that would be like my home base. This will be my Ford on wheels. But I can have a home base, and I might even do the shanty lifestyle where I can build like a boat, because that's when you really have personal sovereignty. They can't mess with you on a boat. I just learned that playing with Michael. And Michael, thank you so much. I love you. He is like the artist behind all of this beauty, this beautiful wood, and pretty much everything in this van. I'm trying to help as best as I can. But he was gifting me some knowledge about shanty living. And basically you can build these boats, and you can go down these rivers in Florida that actually connect to the ocean, and you don't pay taxes, you don't pay rent, there's no like law dogs, there's no cops. So it's basically like living in a cloud. So that's even closer to being my personal sovereignty. So have this van with my bike on the back, with my Instapot and my blender and my juicer. So totally self-sufficient. And then I'm gonna get this thing. It's called the Roosenet. It's 3Gs, but it's like really, really rad, and it's only 6-inch, and it ninja pops up so I can have a bed on there. So I'm basically trying to get everything I need in this van so I can go play around the United States, but still have a home base. So when I'm in this van, I want to live extremely healthy on optimal real foods, but I want to do it, and I'm not going to have much space in here. So I can hit the farmers markets, get my greens, get my fruits and stuff like that. But there is going to be a time, maybe when I'm in some cold weather or whatnot, where I'm going to need some perishable food. So I've been playing a lot with canned foods. And I used to love, I have 2 trunks underneath my bed that, every day since November 1st at the homeless shelter, I have this rad backpack. And every time I would go in there and get a bunch of canned foods while I'm running out of them. And I don't use the kitchen anymore just because of, there's 12 ninjas in there and they don't have the best hygiene. And so I'm just trying to keep social distancing. So every single night I'm trying to use the crock pot. And what's rad about the crock pot, the Instapot, is it's just a pot. And you can use this Instapot, you can saute, you can make scrambled eggs in this Instapot. You just don't put the lid on. So you could throw some onions, some peppers in there, take those out, boom, boom, and then throw, 6 eggs, scrambled eggs, and just make and a little bit of coconut oil in there and make scrambled eggs with onions, and then boom, you could ground meat in there. You could saute, you could steam, you can use it as a crock pot, you can make soups. So this thing, and it's just a bucket. It's like a steel bucket that I can just hose off, because I'm gonna get a 7-gallon or maybe 10-gallon tube. It's actually made out of this stuff. Tube, and it's going to be on the side of my van, almost looks like an awning, and then I can pressurize it, and then I will have a hose to it. So then all I do when I'm done with dinner is take the crock pot out, put it out my van, spray it down, put a little soap in there, and then dry it, and then I'm done. And then same thing with my mason jars for my smoothies. So I'm only going to need 4 mason jars, that crock pot, and 2 bowls, y'all. You know what I mean? And I mean, that's it. And so So what I'm trying to do, so look, so I'm going to need some canned food. So I'm playing with this, and I'm very stoked that I'm playing in these Walmarts and seeing what is available for humanity. And so I got, let's see, I got, this is lights out. These are organic Great Value. Now I think Great Value is a Walmart brand. This is black beans, y'all. You know what's in here? Is just black beans. There's no extra read all about it. And that's one thing I learned, you know. I don't know if you've ever seen my videos. They've all been erased. I have YouTube, but thousands of recipes, thousands of juice recipes. I even have a 12-week meal plan. I even have like an optimal reset. If you all want it, I will gift you two for free. But I really changed the way how I eat and what I consume. And you know, I've done the yummy nastiness tours, the fast food and all that stuff, and I see what it does to me. So I've learned so much, and now I can take it to the next level. And so I'm very careful about what is in my food, and I'm so stoked that Walmart is offering black beans with just black beans for 69 cents, and they're organic. I thought that was like super rad. Now, I've got this. This might make my booty hole hurt because this isn't the healthiest. It's called Hunt's, and it's called Chili Starter. I might play with this. I don't know. It was $1. So everything I bought was $1. All right. So I'm probably going to have, you know, 30 or 40 of these, and maybe I'll use, you know, maybe I'll just do juice and a smoothie one day with some steel cut oats, overnight oats, and that will be, you know, and some fruit, an abundant of fruit, some melons, some golden honeydews, you know, stuff like that, you know. But you know, maybe I'll use the crock pot, you know, 3 or 4 times a week. So I want to find optimal foods in cans. So I found those, and so you could put ground turkey. You can go to Costco and get ground turkey. Bomb.com, just one of those things. A ground turkey is it's 120 grams of protein, and ground turkey actually is much leaner and healthier than hamburger. Now, I still love hamburger, I still love steak. I just won't prepare it for myself. Of course, I won't turn it down, especially, you know, if I'm with a friend or a family member or whatever it is, and you know, they do that. I was so hardcore like a year and a half ago where I wouldn't eat anything, you know, vegan, raw food. You know, I've definitely learned my ways and relax that. But if you eat real foods consistently, that's why my optimal reset is like super rad. It's a 14-day meal plan. It has your groceries, your meal every single day, your grocery list. It has all the recipes. If you do that for 2 weeks, y'all, it will change your life. And so, but it's more smoothies. It's not using a crock pot. So now, maybe when I'm in the van, you know, gonna go see all my rock and rad stars, maybe I'll create like a crock pot, meal plan or cookbook. So I'm gonna play with a lot of this stuff. And it would be cool to get organic stuff from the farm, but again, if I'm in a snowstorm and I'm stuck in the van for 3 days, I'm gonna need this stuff. So it's really good. So check this out. I got, again, more black beans, no salt added. I got another one. Then I got sliced carrots. Like, people would say this is ghetto, and I haven't done this yet, but this is me learning. This is seeing what is available at Walmart. So these are sliced carrots, Great Value, and these were 49 cents. Check that out. Boom. So I'm thinking I can make a little stew, and there's nothing but carrots in there. Those are not organic, but it's just carrots. So you got to watch out for the sodium. You got to watch out for the oils. You got to watch out for the additives. All of that stuff is going to clog you up, and you don't know until you do like a 10-day fast or an optimal reset. Then you're like, oh my gosh, I taste all that caca in here. Like, I don't want to eat any of that caca. And then I got Great Value. This is corn, and this was, I think, 49 cents, so that can go in my crock pot chili, right? And what's really cool, because I do have a really good can opener. I've had like 50 can openers in my life. I always just gift them away or leave them in one of my houses or whatever it is. But now I'm thinking that it will always be good to have a little pop top. I will bring a can opener in my van because I want to keep down to like 30 items. You know what I mean? I really want, I've already donated or gifted 95% of it. Now I'm going like smaller and smaller, but I don't want to carry anything extra that I don't need. So I want to, shop around maybe at Publix, Whole Foods, Walmart, all that stuff, and see, what the best buy is here. These are not organic. The carrots aren't organic, but they're very, very cheap. And they have the pop top. So boom, karate chop those off. Boom, crock pot, karate chop those off, boom. Look, at all of these have it, except for that little chili, read all about it. And I don't even know. This might be like, I don't know, man. I know that's probably gonna make my booty hole on fire because it has so much stuff. It has like 30 ingredients. There's somebody out there. Oh. So, let's keep going. Oh, and then I got this, y'all. Okay. So I've been playing with Michael, right? Pretty much like every other day doing, his van, my van, and he's an amazing friend. And I'll rap about like this, like I haven't really had any really good male friends except for my buddy Kevin Jarris. I love him. I've known him since I was 9. He is so aggro and such a savage like me. He's been married like 5 or 6 times. He joined the Navy because I joined the Navy. I think he has 4 children, and I still love him. We hardly ever talk, but he's like the only male that I can play with that I won't see for like 9 months or 5 years, and we don't lose a beat. And so I've had male acquaintances, but Michael is just so beautiful because I can play. He accepts me for who I am. He reached out to me and gifted me awesome hair, cutting my hair. He's a stylist. He's just a beautiful human being. He's very authentic. He's very, very real. He's very funny. And so I like playing with him. And as I'm playing with him, I've always kind of had bad breath, bro. I've always had bad breath, bro. I've always had bad breath. And, I've got my teeth cleaned really, really well here at the homeless shelter. So I think that, I don't know what it is. It's not that I'm a mouth breather. I think when I'm just chilling, relaxing, creating, I think I keep my mouth shut too long. Like, I think I'm just like I think maybe I need to be a mouth breather because now I brush my tongue and everything, but my breath be kicking. And I used to get this stuff by the cases, and I spoiled myself today. This was $8, and I never read these directions, but when I had all this money, I used to buy cases of this stuff, and I would just swig it and then like whenever. But you're supposed to get the orange top. You're supposed to fill it up. You're supposed to swish it around your mouth for exactly 1 minute, and then you gargle it for 30 seconds. Then you spit it out, and then you rinse with water. Not once, but twice a day. So out of respect to my awesome ninja friend, Michael, because we'll be riding in the van together, we'll be like, gluing some stuff, hammers all over the place, drill presses, karate saws all over the place. And I feel like maybe he smelt my breath. You know what I'm saying? So out of respect for him, I got this stuff. And this is like a treat for me. This is like splurging. This is $8 mouthwash. But this is Thermabreath. So I got that. And I got some tuna, because I'm telling you right now, during this Rona, tuna is your best buy. This I got for $1.19, y'all. And it's not the best. I used to buy $3.80 cans of tunas in cases on Amazon when I had all the money. That's almost $4 a can. It's premium. I used to throw mayonnaise in it and some relish. Now I use the vegan, I forget what it's called, but the vegan mayonnaise. And now with what I'm doing, if I don't want to use the crock pot, I'll just get one of these tuna things, chop up some celery, put a little bit of Dijon mustard, the vegan stuff, like it's like only 2 ingredients, some mayonnaise, some little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt, some fresh cracked pepper, and then like look at the protein on this. And this is the worst tuna, but I got it for $1.19. This could be a meal, and the only thing is it doesn't have the pop up top. So when I see something like this that has the pop up top and a good deal, I'm gonna buy it, because in the van, I need stuff like that. As long as I have my smoothies, y'all. Because look, well, I want to tell you how much protein this has in there. This has 3 servings and has 27 grams of protein. That's like 78 grams of protein. You know what I'm saying? And I don't nearly consume the amount of protein. This is turning into like one of those health videos I used to do, but I don't consume nearly the amount of protein that I used to, especially when I was, trying to do the body thing in 5.5%, and I was just ripped. But I was taking SARMs, I was taking pre-workouts, I was taking creatine, all that stuff. I probably consume 1/3 of the protein that I used to, but I'm just so much more clean. But the base of my diet is going to be bananas. So that is what I'm stoked about, because I got to get this Dometic. It's like this wide, y'all. It's like Dometic. It's like it's way wide. It's like this wide, and it's long like this, and it has a freezer and a fridge, and I'm gonna power it with my solar. and I will buy cases of bananas, and then right here I'm going to have a either aluminum or steel bar about like that thick, really not that girthy, all the way to here, and then on the other side same way all the way here. And so I can put clothes if I need to. I can put one of those rad little organizers, you know, those organizers like a little cubby hole or whatever, but I can hang my bananas there. So I will always have an abundance of bananas, and then I'll probably have, I don't know how many pounds, but I'll probably have, maybe I'll probably be able to prep 3 to 4 days worth of bananas in my freezer. My body just excels on bananas. You know, each banana has 26 carbs of clean carbs, and you throw some cacao in there, you throw some hemp seeds in there, you throw some MCT oil in there, some coconut oil in there, you know, even maybe like a vegan protein or something like that. I'm just like, and I don't like to eat now until like 11, you know, until like 11 in the morning. And so I just hit myself up. I don't drink and I don't eat anything until I finish this. And now I've been really, really good with not eating after like 8:30. So I'll go, you know, 13 and a half, 14 hours without eating. And here's the thing, once I have my privacy, I'm gonna be able to take this so much love. I'm gonna just get younger and younger and younger and younger, and be able to go find fields where I can go run. I can go find trails where I can hike. I can ride my bike, and I can go canoeing. I can go rock climbing. I can do all of these wonderful things now that I don't have to worry about having the basic necessities, which I believe everybody should have. Because when you're in that 9 to 5, if you're trying to pay that mortgage, if you're trying to pay the tax man, if you're trying to pay that insurance, if you're trying to pay that student debt, if you're trying to pay off all those credit cards, it's stress. You can't heal the body, you can't heal the mind, and you can't heal the heart. So I'm going to take advantage of the situation that I have been manifesting over the last 4 years. And so I'm just trying to just key in on what works for me and just make it beyond optimal so I can ninja flip and feel young. You know, I want to look and feel like I'm 22, you know, when I'm 68, 70, 80. And so I just wanted to share that with you all. Let's see what else I got. Oh, I got some more stuff. I also got, so then I went to the dollar store. So look, go to the dollar store, right? I want to get eggs, because that's where I used to go for my eggs. They're not the best type of eggs. I used to buy organic eggs, brown eggs. They're like $5.50 a dozen. Now I buy a dozen for $1 at the dollar store when they have them. But since the Rona's going around and everybody's got cooties, everybody's getting the eggs. So I haven't got eggs for like 3 weeks at the dollar store. But look what I found. I got the Butcher Boy coconut oil, and this is legit coconut oil for $1. All it is coconut oil. That's legit. That's like a little thing of coconut oil. You have like the big thing. You know, at Costco, you can get it for like $15, maybe the cheapest. But just to have this little sparrow one around. So that was a steal. And then, this is hilarious. So this is what I learned. I failed on this, but I wouldn't have been able to learn from this failure if I didn't execute and buy my tuna at the dollar store, because this is Bumblebee Chuck White. And these are, I got these for $1, and I found out that Walmart has them for 69 cents. So the Walmart, or the dollar store, jacked me. They didn't jack me, it's just I didn't know. But don't buy your tuna at the dollar store. You might thinking you're gonna get a good deal, and these are legit though too. You get 26 grams a can, y'all. So that's a good pick-me-up. You can just eat this. You could put a little bit of olive oil if you eat olive oil. You know, you can just eat this with a little bit of Himalayan sea salt. You can throw your mayonnaise in it. There's a lot of different things that you can do with tuna, and especially this one doesn't have the pop top either. So I failed at the dollar store. I could have saved 31 cents per can at Walmart, but I didn't. And then that's it. Oh, and then I got these, and I have to return them. These are Rain X. I'm trying to spread the love on my van. This is basically a toy. This is a tool, so I can go play around the world and, you know, go meet everyone. And so I want to make sure I have good windshield wipers. And the windshield wipers were super crusty and cracked. I didn't know how to change windshield wipers, and I thought they were 20 inches. Somehow Google told me that. And I went to Walmart, and these were 20 a piece, right? So we put them on, and they look like baby windshield wipers, because they're missing a spot and they don't overlap. You know what I'm saying? So you have, like, if you're sitting in the passenger side and the driver's side, you have your own little halo around here, so it's not like a full wipe. So I don't like returning things. I don't know, I feel nervous. I'm much better now at it, because Lana used to actually make me feel better, because Lana's amazing. You want anything returned, she'll go return it. She'll go return avocado, she'll go return bananas. And so I don't feel as anxiety asking or showing my military ID. I was like, geez, Lana, it's just 10%. Well, 10% is a lot, especially when you're buying all this, wood and glue and tools and all that stuff at Home Depot and Lowe's. So I'm just like, yo, here's my military ID, what? But I'm going to return these because I need 21 inches. And look that's just an inch, y'all, on each side, right? But when you're flowing like that and these come out here, that inch makes a huge thing on windshield wipers. So I know how to take those off now. So I'm going to take those off, put them back in here. And here's another thing. Number one, I probably never would have returned this stuff back in the day. If I had the balls to go do it, or if I really need it, I would have lied about why I'm returning them. And it's so amazing to be honest, to be forthright, to be authentic about everything that you do. So I'm basically gonna walk in there and say, hey, I bought the wrong windshield wipers. I need the 21 inches. I took them off. I put them on. I used them for about 5 minutes. I realized they were wrong. Put them on there. Put them in here. I need to return them. For some reason, that used to be the biggest hang-up, one of the biggest hang-ups in life, and it could ruin my day. And I think it was because, like in 85, 86, my dad would get home from work and he'd be all mad and we'd be all scared and we'd be in the back seat and we'd go to McDonald's and we'd listen to this, like, I don't know, this politics on the radio. And like, if McDonald's gave like my dad cold fries, he would start screaming and yelling and just making a fool out of himself, which we've all probably done. So I think that got ingrained in me. Don't return things, because I would see my dad just be foaming at the mouth because, they gave him cold fries. So I was like, I just made him, maybe I made a decision when I was 5 or 6, dude, don't return anything, just eat those cold fries. And I held on to that probably for like, I don't know, 30 years. And so now I don't have any shame in that. I'm actually still kind of working on that. But, I'm so glad. Look, see, I wish I could do this all the time. It's so therapeutic just to rap like this and just a free flow. So let me see who's all watching. If any of y'all could please share this in my group, Ridiculously Authentic. If you're not a member, please go join and go tell your story. Go do exactly what I just did. It might be very hard for the first time. First video I did, I was in North Dakota a little bit over 3 years ago, and I literally walked into my kitchen. I had a headband on because I was scared of my receding hairline. Now I have this rad mohawk, and I was like a deer in the headlights, and I was like, whoa, what am I going to talk about? And I realized that ingredients and juicing and blenders and all of food was like my canvas. Food was like my oil. Food was like my paint. Food was like my colors. And so it was all a symphony. And so I've done so much stuff, and I'm even to the point like, what do I even do online now? And so I created Speak to the Hand. So Speak to the Hand is this thing right here. I go, hey, yeah, and it's not a lot of time. I think my video editing days are over. I'm going to help Michael with some things. But I used to try to help out so many people. And I don't regret that. But it wasn't healthy for me. And, I was just throwing darts trying to, figure out what I wanted to do. So I tried all different mediums. I tried different brandings. I've tried a bunch of stuff. And so now for me, with what I'm doing, it's so much easier. If I have a thought or an idea or a funny, I just write it on my hand. I bought 4 different types of pens. I found out like the best pen. I found out that nail polish remover with a little cotton pad wipes it off. So if I have another idea 20 minutes later, I can do it. And here's the thing, I haven't had privacy doing that, so I gotta be on my bike. But just think like when I have a home, maybe a pool, maybe a backyard, I can get really creative with it. When I'm in my van, when I'm in the mountains, I can just boom. So it's so much easier. Thought, idea, write it on my hand, boom, write something up. So much easier. And it's, video is very powerful, but an image is very powerful as well. And it lets me, like my chains are off. I feel like I can just express myself with whatever it is that I'm thinking. And it could be about anything. So if you want to follow me on Facebook, it's Speak to the Hand. Speak to the D-A hand. I got a page over there, and I'll be over there. I try to post like once or twice a day over there. So Thank you all so much for listening to me. Thank you all so much for playing with me for the last almost 4 years now. I know a lot of you aren't even over here from my old account. My old account was a beast. I'm almost thankful. I'm almost glad I don't have it anymore because it was a lot of pressure. I had, 70 million views and all of these followers and stuff. And to create content, it's very stressful, and you get sidetracked to maybe what you think is important, but which maybe is not important. And so what I'm doing now is it's much easier for me to work on myself and to maintain my sobriety and my celibacy. So let's see if anybody wrote anything. Let's see. There's somebody taking the trash out again. So hello, Becky. Hello, Tony. Hello, was that Victoria? Hello, Victoria. Hello, Tiffany. Tiffany, I met Tiffany in Alabama, I think on, I'll just say it because I got to keep it raw, stay right. I met Tiffany, I believe, maybe on MySpace. I think it was MySpace. And that was in South Carolina. And that was like 2000. That was 2000. Whoa, that was 2000. That was 2005. So I met Tiffany on a dating site 15 years ago. And she was amazing. I had a lot of fun. I was a drunken idiot, though, at the time. Very cocky, just a drunken stupor. And Tiffany, you were always very, very kind to me. We always had a lot of good time. And it's, I guess I'll go back to this again. And all of my drunken stupors and the hundreds and the thousands of, it's bad, of women that I've dated and all that stuff. There was a good handful of women, and maybe that I just recognize, or maybe that I just was aware of at that time and that I remember, because a lot of it I don't remember as well. But there was a handful of them that, if I would have been sober, I probably wouldn't have found them if I wouldn't have been sober. Maybe they wouldn't have liked me if I was sober, because the more I harvest my self-love and really accept who I am actually a very quiet, conservative human being when I'm by myself. And I'm actually not even come to terms. I've accepted that I do like time alone. Again, I don't regret anything, but I probably should have never even got married. I married both of my ex-wives. I met them when I was drunk, and I drank with them and did a lot of other things with them. But the more I really explore myself, and the more that I play with myself in a healthy way, I realize that I'm a lot like my grandfather, that I'm conservative. I do have my creativity, and I do have certain things that I like to do, but I do like my alone time. And that's why, not that I'm manifesting and not that I'm requesting it, that, possibly soon, there might be a rad ninja might ninja flip in front of me, maybe at a grocery store, maybe at one of these parties, maybe at a garden event, whatever it would be, and we can just play and accept each other. And I'm not gonna say that I settled, because again, I was a drunken mess, but I definitely have some hard nose now. I just respect my body now. I respect the hard work that I've put in, to kick, all the pills that I was on. It took a lot of work, and that's why I'm respectful and mindful of people that struggle with any type of substance abuse, whether it be depression, anxiety, PTSD. It's so hard. And for me, I had to do it. I had to bare knuckle and power through it every single day. And so now, I guess you want to call it my fruits of my labor. That might be corny. But now I have some hard nose. And I have a pretty good idea of what it is that I desire. That might sound bad. That might even be unhealthy, to desire something. I don't think we should desire things, because it's all within. I feel like we have enough within, if you can tap into that. But, there are some things that I would dig, at the possibility of having a partner. Now, and one of the biggest things is just being able to play 24/7, being able to be myself 24/7, being able to be comfortable with that partner 24/7. And, you know, that might be, you know, like winning the lotto. You know, I've seen it work. I've seen it not work. You know, and so, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. So thank you so much. My armpits are sweating. That means I got to rock and roll. As always, y'all, thank you so much for letting me play today. Hopefully you gained something from this. Maybe I made you laugh. Maybe I made you pee a little. Maybe I made you think a little. Maybe I made you think a little. Maybe I made you ponder a little. Maybe I made you just think a little bit. Maybe I made you feel a little bit. Maybe I made you feel a little bit. And if I did, that makes me happy. And hopefully it makes you happy. So, as always, y'all, keep it raw, stay rad.